بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق.
First mu'jiza of splitting the moon, right? And then this mu'jiza and so many mu'jizat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Similarly, other prophets, Musa and Isa, and all of them have been given those mu'jizat. So this was a mu'jiza of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So here Imam Bukhari brought this hadith to show to us that Sahaba will not just make them, that you know what, there's no water available, so let's make them. No. They will go and look for water, right? And sometimes they will get water, sometimes they did not. Here they did not get water to begin with. They got a very little water which they brought in a pot to Rasulullah, and then this mu'jiza happened. Now they got running water, So all of them made wudu. So this is one thing that Imam Bukhari wanted to emphasize on. And second is that the next hadith that we did was, which one was that? 168. Yeah, this one. Is narrated by Ibn Sirin, and this one says that that Ubaidah said that I said to Ubaidah that I have some hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I got those hair from Anas ibn Malik. So he said that to have some hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is dearer to me than this world and whatever this world contains. Okay. So and I told you that at the time of Hajj, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he did Hajj, right, he shaved his head off, right? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave those hair to Sahaba, and they distributed. So Anas ibn Malik was given some other Sahabi was given some, so they distributed it among themselves. So those Sahaba kept those hair with them. So those hair were transferred generation after generation after generation. Okay? So here they say that, Sahaba loved everything that belonged to Rasulullah so much that they say that to have a single hair of Rasulullah is dear to me than the wood and whatever it is. Sometimes when Rasulullah will make wudu, okay, and Rasulullah will gargle his mouth, right? And so Sahaba will take that water in their hand. Rasulullah is washing his arms in wudu. Sahaba will make sure that the water doesn't touch the ground. They will take that in their hand and they will rub it all over their body. So such was the love of Sahaba towards Rasulullah. So, and as I mentioned to you last week that the athar of Rasulullah or athar of any Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam should be respected. Should be respected. If you can do the ziyarah of those athar, that is also a source of ibadah. Any athar that belong to any Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, whether it's asa of Musa, the amama of Yahya alayhi salatu wasalam, hand. Okay, so anything that any athar that belong to any prophet, we should do ziyarat of that and we should respect it. Our ulama said when you do the ziyarat of anything that belongs to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you should kissing that is fine. Kissing that is fine. Now regarding kissing the hand or the forehead, and this is something that I would like to mention here because it's kind of important in our social life. That when our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to see his daughters, now all of his daughters were grown up when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got prophethood. Rasulullah got nubuwwat when he was 40 years old. And by that time, Fatima, all of them were grown up. they were baligh girls. So, so what Rasulullah sallallahu will do to them out of love would be Rasulullah would kiss them. But Rasulullah will kiss them on their forehead. Okay? So our ulama have written that when your girl, your daughter grows up, she's a baligh girl, then the father should follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu by kissing them only on the forehead. Okay? This is a sunnah. Okay? And the second thing is that when you see a Muslim brother and out of love, right, you would like to hug him or kiss him, so that kissing should be on the forehead as well. In Arabic culture there is a kind of kissing that is done which I don't think that they really kiss. It's more of a sound that comes out.
Yeah, sound.
Have you seen that? They go like this, but the lips are like this way. You know, I have noticed. So and some Arabs do this to me, and I have noticed that they're like shit. But so actually, it is not kissing. Just a sound is coming out. Cheek to cheek. They put their cheeks on the cheek. But I don't see that in Sirat al-Nabi or Sirat of Sahaba. I think this is more of a cultural thing that has come up. Just like on the day of Eid, we hug each other three times. Yeah, 3 times. Right, left, and then right. So this is a cultural thing. Nothing to do with religion. It's more of a cultural thing that, same thing, this kissing among Arabs, it's more of a cultural thing. So, yeah, kiss on the forehead. Now, our Rasulullah had done this to Sahaba out of love. Okay? Sometimes Rasulullah will hug a Sahabi when Rasulullah not seen him for a while. Right? Sometimes Rasulullah had hugged a Sahabi when a big incident had happened. For example, Ka'b ibn Malik. It's said that when his tawbah, he made tawbah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a wahi from the sky that yes, I have accepted his tawbah. So when Jibreel came, right, and Ka'b ibn Malik was informed, and he came running to Rasulullah sallallahu, so Rasulullah hugged him. Okay. Another instance was another Sahabi from some other city came. After a while, Rasulullah came out to hug him. Once, what happened was Khalid ibn Walid. And who was? Khalid ibn Walid. And another Sahabi. They came from Makkah to accept Islam. And when Rasulullah came to know that this is why they have come, so Rasulullah got up and hugged them.
Amr ibn As.
Amr ibn As came. Khalid ibn Walid and Amr ibn As came, so Rasulullah went out to hug them, out of love and out of happiness that they are. So hugging is fine, but if you make it a rule to hug each time you meet, that is wrong. Sorry? Yeah, hugging is one thing. Another is kissing the hand of ulamas. That is also proven from the athar of Sahaba. Now, you should do that when there is an alim who had written books, who had served Quran and Hadith through his writings. Okay? And his books have benefited people. Right? So when you see that alim who had written so many books, okay? So you feel that Allah has accepted this scholar for the khidmat of deen. So when you see him, it is fine to kiss his hand. Okay? Sometimes a person is attached to a sheikh. He thinks that my sheikh is my spiritual teacher. So out of love, the student, when he meets his sheikh, he kisses his hand. So that is proven from the ta'amul of Sahaba. So that is fine. Because those people who are pious, who are really God-fearing, right? Those scholars should be respected. For example, we are talking about Imam Bukhari rahimahullah last night in the Masjid. That if you go to, have anybody, sister or brother, gone to Samarkand? Samarkand means Russia. to visit the grave of Imam Bukhari. Dr. Sayyid Azhar has gone. I have not gone yet, but many of my teachers have gone. So, if you go to his qabr, the qabr of Imam Bukhari, which is in Samarkand, remember he was from Russia. Imam Bukhari was not Arab. I told you at the beginning of the hadith class like a year and a half ago that the strange thing is that none of these ulamas of hadith were Arab. You understand? Bukhari, Tirmizi, Ibn Majah, they were not from there. They were all non-Arabs. You see, so this is very, very strange. So Imam Bukhari came from Russia. Sorry? Yes, Samarkand. So anyhow, to cut the story short, when you go and visit his qabr right now, those who have visited have testified that there is a smell coming out. And that smell is so beautiful that you can start smelling the smell maybe from several hundred yards away from the qabr.
3 miles.
3 miles. The doctor was saying 3 miles. So now this happened when Imam Bukhari was laid in his qabr. You see, if you remember when I was talking about the bio of Imam Bukhari, I told you that when he was put in his qabr, those people who went to do the janaza, right? They were taking dust with them, as if it's like perfume. So they were like taking dust with them because the dust from the qabr of Imam Bukhari was smelling so good that people have not smelled such a good fragrance before. So the people, the authorities there, whatever the government was there, had to stop people from doing that eventually. They said, what are you doing? There'll be no dust remaining here. But now that smell could be found even now. So it's a continuous thing that is happening. And Imam Bukhari died 1200 years ago. So those ulama that are ulama haq, that who are really serving deen, right? And you feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have accepted them, right? So if you see them and you hug them or you kiss their hand, right? That is something that is proven by the ta'amul of Sahaba and Tabi'in. Yes. Yeah, that is a good point. Thank you. Kissing the parents, their hand, their forehead, that is also proven by the ta'amul of Sahaba. Okay? That is also important. In fact, those people who are blessed to have their parents or grandparents alive, you should do it once in a while. That just puts more love in their heart. Yeah, and it shows more respect towards them. Talking about respect, I was reading one narration. I think you must have heard this before many times. But again, when you read it again and again, it just makes you wonder how much right parents have over you. There was an Imam of Hadith. His mom was sick. I forgot his name. So in those days, there used to be a lamp. There was one on the lamp, right? Don't get to see. It was like some 500 years ago. It was a very cold night. Right? Mom was sick. So he was attending to his mom, and then when she went asleep, he lit the lamp and started reading or writing hadith in his room. So after a while, his mom called him. So he left, he went there. And his mom said, that go and get me a glass of water. I'm very thirsty. She was sick as well. So this Imam went and he got a glass of water. When he came to his mom's room, she was asleep. I don't know, whoever it was, but the thing is that the gist of the story is that this person kept on standing there throughout the night. Throughout the night. And when his mom woke up at Fajr, she saw her son standing, and she said, "What are you doing here standing?" So he said, "Mom, you asked for water." "Yeah, but that was during the night." But he said, but you also said that you are very thirsty. So I was feeling if I will go to sleep, you will be thirsty. So I was waiting for you to wake up during the course of the night. So I spent the whole night standing here. Now, this Imam wrote somewhere in his book, he said that I spent my whole year serving Deen, but if you were to ask me which is the act that I think I am hopeful that Allah will forgive me, he said, I would say that night. The amal that I did, standing the whole night next to the bed of my mom. That night, I think this amal, I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would accept and forgive me. So this is some of the issues here. Now coming back to the hadith again. Now then last week we also did another hadith which says that Rasulullah said that if a dog drinks from a bucket, that bucket should be washed 7 times. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah is of the view that it should be washed 3 times, because there is another hadith sharif that says 3 times. So he took that hadith and he said that this 7 times is not wajib, but Rasulullah is telling us that it is mustahab, it is recommended, that if you can wash 7 times, it is even better. But washing 3 times, right, that is wajib. So you should wash it 3 times. Now, our ulama have further written nowadays that since now we have soaps of different kinds, so you can wash it once, make sure that there is no lu'ab of dog left there, there is no najasat left there.
Sometimes you go somewhere and a dog comes and touches you or lick your foot or something.
So if the body of the dog is dry, right, so then it's fine. Then you don't have to do anything. But if the body of the dog is wet and it touches your body or your clothes, then you have to clean that part of your clothes or body. Because just like pig, dog is najasul ayn. Everything of dog is najis. So the lu'ab, the saliva is najis, and that the body is najis as well. So if the body is dry, it's fine, because dry body will have no effect on your clothes or body. But if it's wet, then you are transferring the najasat from his body to yours.
So dogs they're putting in the house and things.
Putting in the house, no, it's not permissible, but you can put a dog outside the house. Some people do this. I mean, they have it in their farmhouse or outside. And so some people are so fascinated by dogs, because here every American kind of has a dog. Especially our youths are very much fascinated by that. That I also have one to have a dog. So in that regard, you can have a dog, but keep that dog outside. Have a house with a dog outside. And then when your kids are playing with that dog, make sure that they take shower after that. So. Okay, so we did this. So now the first hadith of today, brother, is narrated by Abu Hurairah. He said that a man, now brother, this incident happened among Bani Israel before Rasulullah. So Rasulullah said a man saw a dog eating from mud. Now the dog was doing this because the dog was terribly thirsty. So that man took a shoe and filled it with water and kept pouring that water for the dog till the dog had quenched his thirst. So Allah approved of his deed and made him enter into paradise. Now Hamza ibn Abdullah said that my father, during the lifetime of Rasulullah, my father said that during the time of Rasulullah, the dogs used to urinate and pass through the mosque, come and go. Nevertheless, they never used to sprinkle water on it, urine of the dog. So there are 2 things, brothers. In fact, 3 things that we need to learn. First thing is that the first thing is that this, as I said, this narration is among Bani Israel. This happened in Bani Israel. Now, here the dog was thirsty, so this person gave water to that dog, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave. Now, this shows to us one thing, and that is that helping any living being, right, is part of our religion. Whether that person is Muslim or non-Muslim, it doesn't matter. Even if that person is not even a human being, is a animal, but still to help that living being, that's part of our religion. So this is one thing. Another thing is that by serving human beings or by serving living beings, you can get the maghfirah. Now imagine whether giving water to a dog, although I said dogs are najisul ayn, right? They are najisul ayn. But still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave this person because he gave water to a thirsty dog. So imagine, I mean that's najis, right? But still, because you help that living being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this person paradise. So now imagine if you will help another human being. Okay.
So why dogs are so loyal? They can just maybe.
But this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given the sifat to dogs, very loyal. Very loyal. Yeah, horses, dogs. Now another question is that when Rasulullah said Allah gave him paradise, so you should ask a question that when the day of judgment had not come yet, how can a person go into paradise? Can anybody answer this question? The day of judgment has not come, right? Rasulullah is saying that that person had gone into paradise. What does that mean?
Isn't that that the window to the paradise will be open? Isn't there like a hadith that says that it can be towards the hell or towards the heaven? Your grave, by the way.
Yeah. Actually, what this brother and you're saying is kind of the same thing that. Let me tell you one thing I was telling my class the other day. You have to understand that, brother. There are three worlds. Let's say this world. This is the world. Okay. Okay. And this, from when a person, like we are talking in the Arabic class today, that when you die, right? What happens is that you do not die. Remember that. Your soul dies. Sorry, your body dies. Because the soul would never die. So what happens? Yes, transfer. So your soul will transfer from this world and will go to another world, right? This is called barzakh. Barzakh. Or it is called alam of arwah. Or world of souls. Okay? Now, then the third world, right? This is the world where the hisab and kitab will take place. So you could call it what? Hereafter, or after. Now what Rasulullah is referring to here is that when this person died, right, who gave water to the thirsty dog, when his soul was taken to barzakh, right? So now, so his soul is in Illiyin. What does that mean is that, this barzakh is divided into two parts, right? One is called Illiyin, second is called Sijjin. Like in Surah Mutaffifin, Allah said, Kalla inna kitab al-abrar lafi Illiyin. Then Kalla inna kitab al-fujjar lafi Sijjin. So Illiyin actually belongs to those people who are pious, God-fearing, who have done good deeds. So Sijjin is opposite of it, evil people. So when a person's soul is taken to Illiyin, right? So that person is made to feel like he is in paradise. So let's say a person who had died at the time of Musa alayhi salam, let's say, 5,000 years ago, right? So that person, when he left this world, his soul went to Alam al-Arwah. Now if that person was pious, Allah is saying that this person would be in Illiyin. Now 5,000 years had passed by, but that person does not feel a thing. Meaning he does not feel the passing of time. That person, and this is a big blessing, because in Sijjin, that person is made to feel every minute, every second of passing. And then my teacher used to give me this example. He just said that let's say you are tired. You played basketball or cricket, whatever, you were running around, you were busy all day, right? Now, and you went to sleep. Now you went to sleep, you are very tired, right? You slept for 8 hours, and when you woke up at Fajr, your mom woke you up for Fajr, or that, you woke up and you said, you would feel as if you slept for a minute. It happens sometimes to everybody. You would feel that, you slept for just a minute. Always you slept for 8 hours. Now on the other hand, there is your uncle or whoever, he's sick, right? And he could not sleep. That person spent the same 8 hours and he could not sleep for a minute because he is sick or he had a problem with sleeping, right? Now imagine this person who did not sleep 8 hours, right? He went through torture, right? And now and you had a very nice sleep and you did not even feel that you slept for 8 hours. This is a good example that my teacher gave me about Al-Liyin and Sijin. That in Al-Liyin you will be there for I don't know how many years. Imagine brothers, a person who were to die today, how long is that person going to be in Alam al-Arwah? Maybe millions of years. Right? And here is the point, if you can take this home today, inshallah, that brother, the success and the failure of Aliyin depend upon the 60 years of life that Allah is going to give you. Maybe less than that, maybe more than that, Allah knows best. But our Rasul said that the average age of my ummah will be between 60 to 70. Right? Few of us will exceed 70. Most of us will leave before that. But the success of the failure of Alam al-Arwah life will depend on the short life that Allah has given us here. So let's say you live for 60 years. In Alam al-Arwah, how long are you going to live? Allah knows best. Millions and millions of years. So Quran says that why do you want to mess this life up? And then spend millions of the life in Barzakh and Sijjin and Ayadullah. This is why Rasulullah said that person is intelligent who understands this. And that person is ajiz. Ajiz means stupid. Who just messes his life up in this world and thereby he will be in Sijjin for the rest of it. So when you are in Aliyin, inshallah, you will feel as if you are in paradise. So when you are in Aliyin, chances are that when this day will come, the day of Hashr will come. Right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have used said it was Yawm al-Taghabun and all that. When this day will come, well, since you were already in Sijjin, you will have an easy pass here, inshallah. Yeah, when you are in Aliyin, you will have an easy pass here. For example, Rasulullah said, Allah will give you the shade of His Arsh. So you will be totally at peace, while other people will be running around.
So we will never die. The soul will never die.
The soul never dies. This is the thing. The soul never dies. Imam Ibn Qayyim in Kitab al-Ruh have said this. That if the soul never dies, yes, your body would die. Right? When the soul leaves the body, this body is dead. You know? But the soul is the real thing, not the body. Body is like our scholars are giving the example of clothes. Like these clothes are on our body, so it means a lot. But once we take our clothes off, they're lying there in the corner. Doesn't mean anything. But the same clothes, when they are on our body, it means something to us. Same thing with the body. As the soul is in our body, this body means something. Once the soul departs, it doesn't matter. So when Rasulullah said that person, Allah approved of him and made him intend to paradise, this is what Rasulullah meant. And this is why when many ulamas, like Imam Tirmidhi's famous incident when he died, right, or 2 or 3 students of his saw him in his dream. So they say, Imam, what happened? This is amazing, brother. They asked Imam Tirmidhi that, Sheikh, what happened to you after your death? So Imam Tirmidhi said, son, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave me. So one of the students said that in my dream I asked Sheikh, I know why Allah had forgiven you. Because of your services to hadith. You compiled Sunan Tirmidhi. right? And Shama'il Tirmizi. So Imam Tirmizi said, yes, but you know what? I was thinking the same thing. But my service to hadith was not even mentioned. So the student said, then how did? He said, you won't believe why Allah forgave me. He said, you know what? One time, if you guys remember, we were traveling from one city to another city, right? And I was riding on a horse or a camel, and we were passing through a short road, and there was this tree, right? And the branches of that tree were hanging down. So I have to save my head to go past by that. So when I crossed that place, I stopped. I said to myself that, you know what, let me cut the branches of this tree. It might hurt somebody. So he said that I went back and I cut those branches, cleared the path for travelers. Allah forgave me for this. Imam Tirmidhi, Allah forgave me for this, for cutting a branch of tree to make the life easy for other travelers. So he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just said to me, Imam Tirmidhi, I'm forgiving you because of that. He said that my services to hadith, that number never came. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave me because of that. So this shows how important it is, brothers, to serve human beings and to make other people's life easy. Now,
is another, scholars talk about another explanation for when Rasulullah went on Miraj, they were shown some people in Azab. So they say that there is no such thing as time for Allah, and this part of that knowledge is given to the prophets. Some of the knowledge is given to the prophet. So they are shown in the future. There is no such thing as future for God, and that knowledge is given to some. This is one of those things where the future is no future, actually. Yeah.
That is also a point. So that's also a point, yeah. Actually, okay, we'll stop at that because this is a very lengthy one. Then we'll go into Alim al-Misal, and then everybody will be so fascinated. Because Alim al-Misal is such a nice thing to talk about, which means that whatever is happening right now has already happened. Alim al-Misal. Someday, inshallah, we'll talk about that. Because see, when Rasulullah was shown, when Rasulullah was shown Jannah, and so Rasulullah said that Bilal, I heard the sound of somebody walking. I was asked, who is this? They said Bilal. So Bilal said, oh Rasulullah, I have not died. That is Misal. That whatever has happened is happening, has already happened. So Alim al-Misal, and the strange thing is that now in the American media this has become such a hot topic now. For the last 7-8 years there are books written on Alim al-Misal, and there's a radio program on 540 that comes from, it's called Coast to Coast, from 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock. This guy sometimes makes sense. Well, so he was talking, for like a week or so, he talked about Alim al-Misal. So it's a very interesting. So inshallah, so now the last part of this hadith is talking about the fact that in Masjid Nabawi, there used to be dogs that would urinate and pass through the masjid. And the Sahaba don't used to clean that area, they don't used to sprinkle water there. Now, so here are the two things that we need to remember, that this was the initial time when there was no walls around and there was no door there, right? So at the time of Abu Bakr, door was put. At the time of Osman, the first lamp was lit in Masjid Nabawi. So this was in the early times, okay? So the second thing is that when dogs used to urinate. Okay? So the reason why Sahaba will not wash the area would be that, when the ground is not concrete, it's not concrete, right? It's just muddy, right? So if somebody urinates there, a dog urinates there, right? And then the whole day passes by, the sun makes it completely dry, right? So that is park, that is clean, okay? And third thing is that it was impossible for Sahaba to know where the dog has urinated, because by the time they'll come for Zohar or Asr, the sun in Makkah is so hot, it will not leave anything dry. This is why people who are going for Hajj this year, I was telling them that, brother, be prepared. Take lots of Gatorade powder. Because, last year when we went there, although there was so much water, but still you feel thirsty because the sun is so hot in Makkah, subhanAllah. So at that time, my dear brothers and sisters, it is Makkah or Medina, right? The sun is so hot, it will not leave anything dry. Plus, Sahaba, even if they wanted to clean it, it was not possible. How can you clean? You can clean this floor with this concrete, right? But not that muddy one. Yes. Yeah. So yes, when Sahaba put a door there, wall was built. Yes, then it was, no animal will go inside. So this is one thing. The next one is that Abi Ibn Hazm said that I asked Rasulullah sallam about. Now this is important for this. If you go for hunting, I don't know, somebody go hunting. We go hunting for different things, not animals. I asked Rasulullah sallam about hunting dogs, and he replied, if you let loose that dog which is trained, remember that, underline that, trained dog. Okay, not every dog, but that dog has to be trained. And it hunts, so you may eat from it. But if the dog eats that game, then do not eat, because the dog hunted for itself. I further said, sometimes I send my dog for hunting and I find another dog with it. So Rasulullah said, then do not eat that game. For you have mentioned Allah's name only on the sending for dog. Now what happens to this, you have to understand, if you go for hunting, what happens is that if you have a dog that you train, so the way you train your dog is that you tell that dog, you train that dog, that when I send you, you go, catch the prey, and then don't eat. When I say leave, the dog should just leave. And you go there and you slaughter that animal in the name of Allah. So that is halal. But if the dog is not trained, right, and you have a pet, you say, go and get that chicken. So that dog will go and grab that chicken by the mouth. Right? So you say leave, it's not leaving. Right? So that is not, or if that dog ate something from that prey, you cannot eat. Okay? Now the question is that when the lu'ab or the saliva of the dog is haram, so what about this animal that was caught by the dog? That should be najis as well. So ulama said that no, here Rasulullah said that it is fine. And the reason for that is that when the dog will catch the animal by the mouth, right? Yes, the saliva will be there, but the blood would be flowing. The blood would be flowing. So with the flow of that blood from that animal that was caught, right? Whatever saliva of the dog was, it will just go away. Okay? So this is something that we need to know, that you can use dog for hunting. You see? So, see? Yeah, in Quran also the same thing has come regarding. Now the next hadith is narrated by. Now this hadith, brother, is a very important hadith in terms of people, brothers and sisters who go to pray at the masjid. Rasulullah said that a person is considered in salah as long as he's waiting for the salah in the masjid. As long as he does not do hadas. Hadas means that he does not break his wudu. So let's say you spend half an hour waiting for the next salah to start in the masjid, and you are in the state of wudu. So Rasulullah is saying that you are considered to be in the state of salah. So you waited for half an hour and you are sitting there waiting. And nowadays you are playing on your phone. You see people sitting in the masjid waiting for the salah to start, and they are like, sending emails, text messaging. But here Rasulullah is not talking about doing zikr. Rasulullah, you are in the state of wudu, sitting in the masjid, waiting for the salah to start, right? The time that you spend there, right? That Allah will reward you as if you are in salah. Okay? Yes, once you break your wudu, you have to go and make fresh wudu, but that ajr will stop right there. Once you break your wudu. So in the masjid, brothers, when you break wudu, don't waste time don't say, oh, this time before the start of salah. I'll make 2 minutes before. No, just go and make wudu right away, otherwise you will be wasting your time there. So, a non-Arab said to the Sahabi Abu Huraira, he said, what is hadas? Because he was not familiar with this word, al-hadas. So he said, for example, he said that the passing of the wind is one kind of hadas. Okay? And we all are familiar, I covered this part, Nawaqid al-Wudu, if you remember. What are the things that would... Now here, remember, brothers and sisters, that we are going to cover some ahadith, and don't be confused by those ahadith. Rasulullah has mentioned that if you are not sure whether you broke your wudu or not, right? So follow your instincts. If your instincts are saying that no, I have not broken my wudu, then follow it. Some people in Urdu say shakki. They always have this shak. Maybe yes. So you see that they will make wudu a lot. My grandmother, she was like that. She will make wudu 4-5 times. And she has that shak that maybe. Right? So when a person has shak, so our Rasulullah said that don't follow your shak. Right? So in one hadith, Rasulullah gave an example. He said, until you smell bad or you hear a voice. But this is for people who have shak. But some people have taken this hadith completely wrong. They say that until I smell bad or until I hear a sound, my wudu had not broken. Now this is something which is completely wrong. No scholar have said that. So you understand that. So after this, now here this is that one of the such hadith. My uncle said, Abbas ibn Tariq said, that my uncle said, the Rasulullah said one should not leave the prayer unless he hears a sound or smells something. So this is again for people who have shak, who are shakti, who always have doubt. So another hadith read by Ali. He said, I used to get emotional. This was a problem with Ali karamallahu wajh. So he felt shy to ask Rasulullah about it. So I requested Al-Miqdad ibn Aswad to ask Rasulullah about it. Al-Miqdad asked him, and Rasulullah said, one has to perform wudu after it. Now, why Ali was ashamed to ask this? Because he was married to Fatima. So he felt kind of shy to go and ask this. So some people have this problem. It's called taqatul. Taqatul means that they always have some drops of urine coming. They have no control over it. Okay? Now how can they pray salah then? Okay? So, and Ali karamallahu wajh had the same problem. It's called taqatul. Right? So our fuqaha have written that in this case, that person has to make a fresh wudu for each salah. So he's ma'zoor. He has no control over it. So what he'll do is that he'll make fresh wudu for each salah. Right? And with that wudu, he can pray that fard salah and all the nafil salah that he wants to pray. Yes.
Should he change clothes?
No, he can. Doctor, it's not possible. You know, you are a doctor. You also know that it's not possible for him. I mean, how many pajamas will and he'll end up doing the same thing. The dry cleaning business will make money. But it's not possible. So this is why those people who are ma'zur, who are exempt, right? So Ali karamallahu wajhu was one of them. So the one of them just go and make wudu. Now Zayd ibn Khalid said that I asked Usman ibn Affan about a person who engaged in goes but did not do it. Usman replied, he should perform ablution like one. So again, brother, in this regard, you have to just make wudu. Ghusl becomes wajib when you had jima, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran. Okay? Then ghusl is wajib. Otherwise, here only wudu.
This article was cancelled.
Usman said, I heard it from Allah, Rasul. I asked Allah about it, and they said, they also gave me the same reply. This order was cancelled later on, and taking a bath became necessary for such cases. So the bath, as I said, is necessary when jima takes place. If the jima has not taken place, right? If jima has not taken place, then only wudu. Wudu is sufficient. Okay. So, any question about that? If jima has taken place, then ghusl. If jima has not taken place, then wudu. The last hadith of today is this one. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, actually it's not Khudri, it's Khudri. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said that Rasulullah sent for an Ansari who came with water dropping from his head. Rasulullah said, perhaps we have forced you to hurry up, haven't we? The Ansari replied, yes, O Prophet of Allah. If you are forced to hurry up or you do not discharge from ability, it's due on you. This order was cancelled later. Now, brother, this tells us the obedience of Sahaba that they have towards Rasulullah. Can anybody tell me of that ayah which is in Quran that says when Allah and Rasul call you, respond to it? That way? Any Hafiz? Huh? When Allah and Rasul calls you, respond to it. No matter what you are doing. Huh? Okay, that is this ayah. Maybe if you want to write down, because this is a very important. We say drop everything that you are doing. When Rasulullah calls you, just drop and then come. This ayah is in the 9th juz in Surah Anfal. I'll tell you the exact number of the ayah because here it is. And this ayah is ayah number 24. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu istajibu lillah wa lirrasul idha da'akum. 24. That when all of you who believe in Allah and the Rasul call you, just respond. Respond. So one time, my brother, what happened was that a person was praying salah. I'll come to this hadith. A person was praying salah in Masjid Nabi. Rasulullah was sitting there. Rasulullah said, come here. So that Sahabi continued his salah. He thought, I'm in salah. How can I respond to Rasulullah right now? He finished his salah, then came. So Rasulullah said that when I was calling you, why did you come? He said, O Prophet of Allah, I was in salah. So Rasulullah kept quiet. Allah at that time revealed this ayah to Rasulullah through Jibreel. That no, even if you are in salah, Rasulullah called you, break your salah and come. So at that time this ayah was revealed. So this Sahabi who came to Rasulullah, ghusl was wajib upon him. Right. So he came when he was told that Rasulullah, somebody must have gone to him, said, you go, Rasulullah. Now ghusl was wajib upon him, so he came running. So Rasulullah saw this, and Rasulullah said that, maybe I had forced you to come early. He said, yes, O Prophet of Allah. So then Rasulullah said, okay, go ahead and make wudu. Now this was in the early days, remember that. Later on, an ayah came in Surah Nisa, in which Allah said, no, from now onward, wudu is not a substitute, you have to make wudu. Well, still, wudu is a substitute, you know when? When there is no water. When there is no water, and ghusl is wajib upon you. Right? So you just do So this is something that happened in the early days. So but I'll stop here because we have Abu Bakr Siddiq live. 180. is आपने भी नहीं किया था? 180. Okay, brothers and sisters, 15 minutes. Abu Bakr Siddiq life. Now we were talking about Abu Bakr Siddiq and reached to the point where he was assisting Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the battles of Badr. Now my dear brothers and sisters, in the battle of Badr, so we are talking about his participation in different battles, and then when Fath in Makkah took place, Rasulullah sent him as the Amir of Hajj. Rasulullah did not send anybody but Abu Bakr. Okay? And then, so this shows that Rasulullah made him his substitute. Okay? So, Rasulullah did not send Ali. Right? But Rasulullah sent Abu Bakr. So Rasulullah made Abu Bakr the Imam when he was not there, and Rasulullah made him Amir over the caravan of Hajj, of Sahaba, right? So it's a very, very, very clear-cut indication from Rasulullah that when I am not there, Abu Bakr should be chosen to lead. And this is exactly what happened. But Shia people don't agree with it. So again, now brothers, one of the most critical moment in our religious life in Islam came when our Rasul left this world. Okay? Because that was such an emotional moment that any wrong leadership would have taken Islam to a completely different direction. And what happened was that at that moment the leadership of Abu Bakr played such an important role. Okay? So what happened was that when Rasulullah sallallahu was sick, Abu Bakr was with Rasulullah all the time. But interestingly, the day or the moment Rasulullah sallallahu passed away, right? Abu Bakr had left Rasulullah sallallahu moments ago to go and check on something outside Medina. He had a small business, so he thought of checking it out. The day Rasulullah passed away, Rasulullah was feeling well, or he had improved. So Abu Bakr thought that Rasulullah alhamdulillah is improving, so let me go and take care of my business. He had not gone there. So he went outside Madinah Munawwara. What happened here was that Allah sent Malakul Maut to Rasulullah along with Jibreel. Remember that. So and Rasulullah, Allah had done this only to Rasulullah, nobody else. So when Jibreel came, he said to Prophet of Allah that O Prophet of Allah, I have come here and behind me is Malakul Maut standing. Right? But I have stopped him from doing his job. Allah has sent me with takhir, with a choice. Your choice is yours. If you want to live longer in this world, right? So Malakul Maut will go back with me. But if you like to leave, so Malakul Maut will do his job. So Rasulullah said that no, I would like to leave. Rasulullah said, Ila Rafiq al-A'la. I want to go and meet my Rabb. So then Malakul Maut was sent by Jibreel, said, go ahead. So he took the blessed soul of Rasulullah. Now that moment was such a crucial moment when Rasulullah left. Now Abu Bakr was not in Medina. He was quickly informed. He came back. It must have taken him a couple of hours to come back. By this time, when he came to Medina, he saw a totally different world. Because he saw that every Sahabi is standing there crying, sobbing, some fainted, like Ibn Mas'ud fainted by this news. And he saw some Sahaba who were very strong, like Umar. Right? Yeah, so Umar could not believe. He was saying that anybody who is going to say that Rasulullah have died, I'm going to chop his neck off, because Rasulullah is not dead, he's just sleeping. So, and Usman radiallahu anhu, same thing. Ali karamallahu, everybody was completely out of emotion. I mean, they were just in shock. The only person that kept his senses was Abu Bakr. Now remember, Abu Bakr loved Rasulullah more than any of these Sahaba. But he kept his senses. He saw these people in such a high emotional state. He did not talk to anybody because he was an intelligent person. He knew that if I talk to anybody, they will not understand what I'm saying. So what he did was that he did not talk to anybody. He went to the Hujra of Rasulullah ﷺ, where Rasulullah ﷺ's blessed body was. So somebody had covered Rasulullah's body with a sheet of white cloth. So Abu Bakr went there. He uncovered the face of Rasulullah ﷺ. He kissed the forehead of Rasulullah ﷺ, and then he said a sentence. He said, "Tibta hayyan wa tibta mayyatan ya Rasulullah." That you were led a good life and you got a good death. Tibta hayyan wa tibta mayyatan. And then he stood there for a while. Then he covered the face of Rasulullah ﷺ. He went out. Now remember, let me repeat my sentence again. That if you combine the love of the Sahaba have towards Rasulullah ﷺ, all the Sahaba, and the love that Abu Bakr had towards Rasulullah, you'll find out that Abu Bakr had more love than anybody else. Now the question over here was, what to do next? Because people were getting out of hand. So what Abu Bakr did was such a great thing. He did not talk to anybody. He went straight to Masjid Nabawi. He went on the mimbar of Rasulullah, right? And then he made after Hamd and Sana, right? He read those two famous ayahs of Quran, right? In Surah Al-Imran, in which Allah said, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ أَفَإِنْ مَاتَ أَوْ قُتِلَ انقَلَبْتُمْ عَلَىٰ أَعْقَابِكُمْ وَمَنْ يَنْقَلِبْ عَلَىٰ عَقِبَيْهِ فَلَنْ يَضُرَّ اللَّهَ شَيْئًا وَسَيَجْزِي اللَّهُ الشَّاكِرِينَ وَمَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَنْ تَمُوتَ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ كِتَابًا مُؤَجَّلًا وَمَنْ يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَمَنْ يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الْآخِرَةِ نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَسَنَجْزِي الشَّاكِرِينَ. In which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that I have sent Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a Rasul. So many prophets had come before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they have left. Similarly, my Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam will leave. This is the gist of the meaning of these two ayahs. So he read these two ayahs, and then he addressed Sahaba. He said, listen, Man kana ya'budu Muhammadan fa inna Muhammadan qad mat. A person who was worshipping Rasulullah sallallahu, so I would like to inform him that Rasulullah had died. And وَمَنْ كَانَ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ حَيًّا لَا يَمُوتُ. And a person who is worshipping Allah, let me remind him that Allah is Hayy. Allah never dies. So Abu Bakr, when he said this khutbah, Umar, who was standing with a sword, he dropped his sword and he came and sat next to the mimbar. And later on, Umar said, I have read this ayah, these two ayahs so many times in the Quran before. But when Umar read those two ayahs, I felt that those two ayahs have been revealed today. I'm sorry. So, this way, Umar sat down, he kept quiet. Then one after another, Sahaba came and they sat around Abu Bakr. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu was able to assemble that crowd of Sahaba without any fuss. And then Abu Bakr explained our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the best human being, but he was a human being. He had to leave. Everybody has to leave. So Rasulullah have left. So now let's think about the next step. What is the burial of Rasulullah? So now they were thinking where to bury, how to bury Rasulullah, because he's the Nabi. So one thing was decided that no Salatul Janazah over Rasulullah. Because when the Prophet dies, nobody can be Imam of Janazah over him. So people should go, they should pray individually. So that kept on going throughout the day. Second was where to bury him. So a few Sahaba came forward and they said that Rasulullah said that Prophets should be buried where they die. Their body should not be transferred to other place. So they said that Rasulullah has died in this Hujra of Aisha, so he should be buried there. So he was buried there. So the next day, the burial took place, Rasulullah was buried. Now this happened. Now the issue was, my brother, this is so sorry. You know, one hadith Rasulullah said that this ummah should not spend 3 nights without a leader, a Khalifa. Now we don't have Khalifa, right? But that, so the first thing that after burial was that Abu Bakr Siddiq said that okay, let's make mashwara and talk about Khalifa, who should be the Khalifa. So Abu Bakr and Umar were at one place talking and with other Sahaba. There was a platform called Saqifa Bani Sa'ida. Some Sahaba who were from Ansar, from Medina, they are assembled there. And the issue was, and brothers remember, it's the first time, Sahaba had never had this experience before. So you should expect some fuss out there. So at Saqifa Bani Sa'ida, this Sahaba was saying, you know what, we think that next Khalifa should be from Ansar. The Muhajirin Sahaba were thinking that no, Rasulullah was from Makkah, so it should be from Makkah. Now what happened was that at Saqifa Bani Sa'ida, things were getting hot. Abu Bakr and Umar did not knew that the Sahaba who had another mashwara going on. So when Abu Bakr was told, Abu Bakr and Umar left their mashwara and went there to stop any fitna. So Abu Bakr Siddiq went there with Umar and said, you know what, let's decide together. There should not be too much noise. Let's everybody combine together. So all the Sahaba came together. Right? And then they said, okay, let's decide who should be the Khalifa. So different opinions were coming. But then one Sahabi stood up and said, Rasulullah have said once that Al-Immah min Quraysh. That the leaders, the Khulafa should be from Quraysh. So look at the obedience of Sahaba. They said, this is what Rasulullah have said, that's it. So now who should be the Khalifa? If it had to be from Quraysh, who should be the Khalifa? So Abu Bakr voted for, Umar voted for Abu Bakr. Usman voted for Abu Bakr. Everybody voted for Abu Bakr. So the first person to take bayat on the hand of Abu Bakr was Umar. And then just everybody came together, everybody took bayat. Here is the twist in the history which Shia people have given. What happened was that Ali Karamallah was who took bayat as well. Right? But he did not take bayat right there at that minute. He took after a few hours. Right? Now later on, Ali said that it is not because of any other reason. Right? It was because I was busy taking care of the family business. Right? That was the reason. Shia people have given all kind of fancy twist to that. Anyhow, so Abu Bakr was chosen as Khalifa, the first Khalifa. His Khilafat lasted for 2 years, 3 months, right? That was all, right? And now when he was given Khilafat, so he was able to accomplish one great thing, that he prevented this ummah from going into anarchy and chaos. Now quickly, within 24 or 48 hours of Rasulullah's passing away from this world, things were organized. We had a Khalifa, the whole Ummah was under him, organized, right? United, right? Now the thing is that as a Khalifa, Abu Bakr had a very tough decision to make. First of all, before that I can tell you, the next day came, and you know what Abu Bakr was doing? He was going towards the marketplace to open his shop, start business. Abu Bakr, when he was going there, Umar met, he said, "Oh Amirul Mu'minin, where are you going?" He said, "Bhai, I'm going to open my shop." Umar said, "Stop, don't go towards the shop." Now look at the intelligent way of thinking of Umar. So Abu Bakr said that if I don't do business, how am I going to feed my family? He said, "Oh, hold on. You go home, let me call a mashwara." Umar called mashwara of Sahaba. And they said, "Look, if Amirul Mu'mineen will end up doing business from morning to evening, who is going to take care of the affairs of Muslims?" So he said that, you know what, we have Baitul Mal, we should give a salary to Amirul Mu'mineen from Baitul Mal. Now how much should be the salary? Then we'll decide among ourselves. So when Abu Bakr came to know, Abu Bakr said that I don't feel like taking it. But Umar said, you have to take it. Otherwise, how are you going to feed? And no business. Give your business to somebody, to your children or somebody to run. So this way Abu Bakr ended up getting salary from Baitul Mal. But what happened was that when he was dying after 2.5 years or 2 years or a few months, he put that the amount of salary that he had received from Baitul Mal back into Baitul Mal. Because he had business running, right? So he said to his children that this is much money I have received. I want you to put that money back into Baitul Mal. So Abu Bakr left without taking any money from Baitul Mal actually. So that was one thing. But the second thing, brother, that Umar had to do, Abu Bakr had to do as Khalifa was, there were 3 issues. And all 3 issues were hot. Let me just see how much time. I have 4 minutes. Now there were 3 issues quickly. One was that after Rasulullah passed away, there were many people who had come forward and they were claiming to be prophets. And one of them was a woman. She was saying, well, I'm also a prophet. So she was a prophet, Musaylama Kazzab was a prophet, so many other people were claiming to be prophet. In fact, the funny part is that this guy Musaylama, he went to that woman prophet and said, why don't we marry? So we would have husband and wife both prophets. So they ended up marrying. So that was this fitna of prophet, the prophets coming up. Second was the fitna of murtad. That after the death of Rasulullah, those people who are new to Islam, they left Islam. Right? So the murtad. Third problem was, which was a big problem, was that the Christians in Syria who are already planning to seize this opportunity, right? When they came to know that the leader, Muhammad ﷺ, had left, so they said, well, this is the best time to attack Medina Munawwara and finish them off. They don't have the problem with them. So these 3 issues were there. Now the question was that Abu Bakr could not address these 3 issues at the same time. He has to pick one after another. So he has to go and take care of one issue, then the second, then issue. He cannot do 3 things at the same time. So which issue should he deal first? Is it those fake prophets or Murtadeen or Christians who are planning to attack Medina Munawwara? So he called mashwara from Sahaba. Tell me, what should I do? Majority of the people said that you should take care of the third one, which is the Christians from Syria planning to attack Medina. Now this was the majority. The next one was that you should take out the Murtadeen, the fake prophets. And the third mashwara, and this was in minority, that you should take care of Murtadeen. And brother, when I say Murtadeen, I'm not saying that these people completely left Islam. No. When I say Murtadeen, it means that they were saying we'll pray salam but not give zakat. you know, because zakat is a tax. When Rasulullah was alive, okay, we were giving zakat, but now not anymore. So they were praying salah, but they said we will not give zakat. So very few people were of the opinion that we should take care of these murtadeen. Majority of them will say, go and take care of these Christians who are coming. This is our internal problem. We'll deal with this. Now Abu Bakr being Khalifa, you know, he had to make a choice. He went against majority. This is what Islam is. He went against majority. Abu Bakr was with Umar was with the majority view as well. Abu Bakr said, no, I will go and take care of murtadeen first. He said, how? Umar also did not like this opinion. But he said that, no, I'm going to take care of murtadeen. Years after this, Umar said that Abu Bakr was so right. Because what happened was that when he went and took care of murtadeen, Christians got a strong message that the Khalifa, the new Khalifa, knows that we are grouping up. But he doesn't care. He's taking care of his internal problem. So this means that he has a strong army standing for us. So they just stopped, they just forsake their idea of coming and attacking Medina. They kind of got feared that, you know, this Khalifa had a strong army coming. What Abu Bakr did was that he went after these murtadeen, gave them a choice. Either start paying zakat as well, if not, then the punishment is qital. So most of the people ended up paying zakat, right? And then he went and took care of those fake prophets. So this fitna was done within a few months. Then, brothers, came the next issue of compiling Quran, inshallah, which will be tomorrow. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. May Allah accept. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.